Thank you, Chairman, and I welcome our witnesses. I only have 2 questions as such, but you know, I have no issue, obviously, with our government giving funding towards horse racing, the same as the greyhound industry or anything else. It's great sport and it's enjoyed by so many. As long as the use of the funds are divided equally along all the sectors of horse racing, right down to the ground. And I attend, you know, I'm not big into horse racing. There's no point in saying that, because mainly farming and fishing is down this side of the country. But at the same time, I do attend the local road trotting races in the Goleen, the Durrises, Drumleague and Bendon, and I see that they have huge difficulty in paying their insurance and continuing their racing. So I'd just like to see that the funds that are given by government is going down to the people on the ground as well as people at the top. And as I said, I don't have a massive skin in the game, but I have a careful eye on what is going on, because you know, there's a lot of issues out there at present, and that needs to be explained properly. And for the sake of accountability and taxpayers' money, I personally believe that the HRB, the Turf Club, should be dismantled, that an independent policing body be set up to police and regulate Irish horse racing. This body could be answerable to the HRI, to this government and this committee, the Agriculture and Marine Committee. I'm sure at this stage it has become obvious that there are serious issues within the IHRB that are unacceptable and should be no longer allowed to continue. And the 2 questions I have to ask, one maybe for Mr. Kavanagh and the other for Dr. Lynn Hilliard, but anybody else that wants to answer them, they're quite welcome to do so. One is, do you think that it's acceptable that a self-elected gentlemen's club receiving government funding of up to 9 million last year are not answerable to anybody? And the second question, with regard to the steroid drug situation, are there any current positive results not dealt with? Thank you.
Mr. Kavanagh.
I think the first question is above my pay grade, Deputy Collins. I don't think it's fair to say that the IHRB are not answerable to anybody. As Ms. Regan has explained, they are required to account on a monthly basis to Horse Racing Ireland for the spending of their funds. They're audited annually by the Controller and Auditor General, and there's a regular day-to-day relationship with Horse Racing Ireland. I outlined at the start the legislative structure, the legislative framework that applies in horse racing, and that's a matter for legislators to set out. We work within the framework that we have, and as I said, the structure has delivered an industry which is a source of pride for the country and can be a source of pride for the country, and it's also a sector in which Ireland performs exceedingly well internationally. This is a sector in which Ireland has natural advantages: our climate, our soil structure, our people, and a history of political support, which has very strongly created a structure. So it's a valuable industry. The structure is set out in legislation. We apply it, but I wouldn't accept the suggestion that the IHRB are not answerable to anybody. The second question, I think, is a question for Dr. Hilliard.
I can answer very simply, very categorically and very clearly, no, we haven't. And that's in spite of taking nearly 2,500 samples this year, with all the complexities I've gone into. And in the interest of time, I won't go into again unless you wish me to, but no, not a hint, nothing.